Hi there, welcome to Magical Experiences, where we talk about divination and magic. Today we're talking about the Everyday Witch Oracle. So it's a brand new oracle that came out. I was really excited for it because I use the Everyday Witch Tarot and I really love it. And so when I heard they were coming out with an oracle, super exciting. So I just got it in the mail. Comes in this little box. The box is really good quality, as is their tarot box. I've, knocked this around a whole bunch traveling, and it's still in really good shape. This one, it's smaller and just a pull-apart box, but it's still pretty good quality for just the packaging, and you can definitely store your cards in there and use it for a little travel box if you like. Which is kind of nice because some tarot deck boxes and oracle boxes are just a flimsy cardboard box. So it's nice to have something a little bit more in depth. And the printing on it is fabulous as well. So the back of the box describes this as, it says, improve your craft with magic cats, pointed hats, and spellwork galore. Combining charming images of witches in their everyday lives with brilliant wisdom that can be used for divination, magic, and calls to action. Everyday Witch Oracle makes it easy to find answers and inspiration you need. Full of whimsy, but serious enough to help you through the toughest times. This deck and its full color companion book is the perfect choice for witches and readers of all skill levels. The only thing I would take issue with is that they say the book is a full color companion book. And while I like the book and it has a full color cover, there are no pictures, so I feel like that's just a tiny bit misleading. However, I really don't think it's necessary to have a big book with full color pictures. Printing in full color, it has 40 cards, so that would be 40 pages of full color printing in this book. That would, it gets expensive, so I understand why they didn't. And I personally don't think it's necessary. The tarot actually, the book that comes with the tarot deck actually is full color. And I think they have every card in there in color. So that is pretty impressive, but again, I didn't really find it super necessary. I mean, it's nice and it's great quality, but I understand why they pared it down a little bit for this one. And but regardless, it is a cute little book, nicely bound. Little cutie, fits in the box. So when I got this box, in my mind, I thought it was going to be two cards side by side when I opened it up. I thought that's what it was going to be. I don't know why I thought that. I think I just didn't read the description on the website I bought it from very well, because the cards are large. They're quite large. Quite a bit larger than the tarot deck, which is just standard tarot deck size. So you can see how much bigger it is there. And there are, you can see the, I don't know if you can see there, but the thickness of the cards, it's interesting because there's 40 oracle cards, and then there's 78 tarot cards, but the 40 cards are even a little bit thicker than the 78 deck. So the card stock is quite a bit thicker. It's also quite a bit glossier. They both probably look glossy under the light, just because we're getting glare there. But I don't know if you can see any general difference just by that. But it is glossier to look at. And it's obviously quite a bit thicker And maybe it has to be thicker because it's larger. Anyway, it feels nice and durable. Certainly doesn't feel cheap or anything. It's great. So again, there are 40 cards here. I like how they've made the back design pretty cohesive with the tarot deck. Obviously, there's some changes. I would say improvements to the quality of the drawing for the back. But it's still, they still made it cohesive. It's still kind of, it's part of the same world, which is great. And the illustration, the style of the illustration, obviously same artist. So she stuck to the same style of illustration, which is great because the original illustrations in the tarot are gorgeous. So why mess with a good thing? So she just carried on with that theme. One big improvement, I would say, is they've added more diversity in the oracle. So there's more people of color, which is fabulous. And I would say that's really, to me, that's the only flaw in the tarot deck, is that there's not a lot of diversity. There's just not. There seems to be diversity of gender in the tarot deck quite a bit, but there's not really a lot of racially diverse people. I would say there's some racially ambiguous people, perhaps, but to me that's really not great. And I would say the only thing that if I had to criticize the tarot deck, that's my big criticism. Because there's really, why not? There's 78 cards. Might as well have some diversity, right? Why not? So anyway, they have definitely taken that into account for the Oracle deck, which is fabulous. And I think they probably got feedback on the first one. And that's an older card. Older person on the card. So these are so obviously it's not a tarot deck, it's an oracle. So the difference in themes is going to be a little bit different. I feel like this deck is really full of helpful suggestions and guidance and like how to improve situations. Which is fabulous, because when you're doing a tarot reading, I mean, you can get those things from a tarot deck as well, but it's kind of nice to have like this in your back pocket to go, to just, you can just seamlessly work in additional advice and recommendations to the person that you're reading for, and they're all really hopeful and positive. So strength and resilience we have there, affirmation and growth, prosperity and abundance, and you're going to see cats on every single page. They're also very, lots of nature, lots of plants, really organic looking, mostly, if not all, outdoor scenes. Seasonal harvest. I like this one, imagination and envision. Listening to wisdom, an indigenous character, meditation and clarity, gratitude and thanks, air magic, learn from life, prayers and wisdom, affirmation and acceptance, speak your mind. So And if you're familiar with the Everyday Witch, you know, you can see that these are just going to be the perfect match to the tarot deck. It's a nice one. Oh, give in to passion. Follow your dreams. Affirmation and healing of the heart. Oh, and there's a dog in that one. We got a dog. Oh my God. Finally a dog. I'm surprised there's no cat in that one. Give love. Joy and delight. Healing waters. Ooh, a fox. Cleansing body and spirit. I feel like the theme of the illustrations are also really timeless, because some of them seem like maybe they're, you know, they're really current in like modern times, but at the same time they also seem medieval, or, you know, from some kind of fantasy world. But there's also little hints here and there that it's also very current. They're not afraid to throw in modern things we have in modern times as well. And that's the same as the tarot deck. It's very, you know, they'll throw in like a little computer in if they want to kind of touch on technology or something like that. So you can see that the illustration is the same. And so Elizabeth Alba, the illustrator, these are all hand drawn and painted. I think they're painted as opposed to using markers or pencil crayons. So they're drawn and painted, I believe. And I follow her on Facebook, and you can buy her original artwork as well as prints of a lot of different cards. And she has other projects, obviously, she does as well. And so you can get both of these decks online on Amazon. If you want to buy them directly from the creator, Deborah Blake, she does have an Etsy page as well, and right now I know that she has some signed decks of the Oracle. So if you want to put money right in the artist's pocket and get a signed deck, if you're a collector, they definitely have those. And if you check out Elizabeth Alba's, I think she has an Etsy as well. I found her through Facebook, and I'm sure she has links to her Etsy, and you can get signed artwork through her as well. So that's kind of, you know, that's nice. I know a lot of tarot artists do that kind of thing, but it is nice to be able to know that you're supporting real artists, and so much work really went into both of these that you know, they're really worth the money, and they're not that expensive. They're not expensive decks, you know, which is great. They're super affordable, but you're also supporting, you know, individual creators. And yeah, I just love them. If you have any questions, leave them for me in the comments, or tell me, you know, do you like it? Are you using it? Have you bought it? Do you want to buy it? Or if you use the tarot deck, let me know. I just find it the most easy to read deck, period. And I really like that they're both, I would say, pretty much child friendly. there's not really much imagery that you would have to censor or you would feel nervous about if you're doing a festival, and there's kids maybe that want a reading, or a family that comes in, and if you're doing one for a parent, she has kids, you don't have to worry about it being too spooky or dark or negative. They're just really positive. You can always draw out some kind of hopefulness from it, and that's what I like to focus on. When I'm always looking for the silver lining when I do a reading, because there has to be a silver lining somewhere. So and it's not hard to find in these cards, I tell you that. So I hope you enjoyed this, and if you have any questions, please let me know and give me feedback. And if you'd like to start following, I'm going to be doing live readings and more reviews. And my husband is a magician, a professional magician, so we're going to get some magic going as well. So take care, and I'll be back.